Hi Aries, how are you? It's me, Lauren B. Welcome to the Untitled Tarot. Aries, I've taken some time. I've been integrating new energies. I've been resting, and I gotta tell you, I'm already in 2021. So if you were looking for like a 2020 reading, it's not here. 2020 don't live here anymore. It's 2021 now. I want to pray because I have some downloads for you, Aries. And I want to get into them. There's so much like energy going on for you. So, Father God, I just want to take a moment and honor you for bringing in these messages for me and Aries today. I ask that you bless these messages and you cover these cards and you give me wisdom, clarity, and discernment to deliver them accurately. We love you, we honor you, we praise you always to the utmost high. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Amen, Aries. So I'm going to use two oracle decks for you today. I'm going to use the Oracle of Mystical Moments deck, and I'm going to use the Everyday Witches Oracle, which I like very rarely use, Aries, but I feel like using it for you today. So I'm just going to like get comfy. I'm just like, I don't know. I'm going into 2021. I'm just going to be like more comfortable. The readings are long. They're long. If they're short, they're short. I'm just going to do my thing. I'm just doing my thing now. It's the new me. It's the new LB. But you feel very like amorous, Aries. You feel like very like lovey-dovey, like I want to sit in my chair like cozy, right? It's like even if you're single, like you just feel like you're just like loving on yourself, or like if you're attached, Aries, you feel like very like content, like you just feel very like cozy and like at home and like good and safe and like what you're doing or who you're with, even if it's just like yourself right now. It's like it's so beautiful. But I keep getting this energy that before the year is out, before the new year, there may be some people, Aries, that might like poke their nose around for you a little bit. It feels, honestly, more than anything else, it feels look at this card, accept love. It feels like there are people, and like I said, you could be single and just like really like loving on yourself, but there is a big energy of like there is a group of you that are in like happy relationships right now. I know that's like very uncool as a tarot reader for me to say, right? Like, but some of you feel really like content and happy, and it seems like there might be some people like from your old relationships or even like friends or people from your old cycle that it feels like they want to end the year on like a good foot, right? Like karmically speaking, like they want to kind of make amends and like clear out their karmic debt. I don't feel like a lot of like reconciliation energy necessarily. There could be like a group of people that I just kind of want to like take the temperature of the room, you know what I mean? Be like, well, I mean, maybe. Like, there is a little bit of that, but it feels like people, for the most part, like they really just want to kind of clear out the old karma and make amends so that way they can karmically end the year on a good foot and start 2021 kind of with like a clean slate. So there might be some people kind of like barking up your tree in the next like week or two, kind of just wanting to do that. And I think you're going to be surprised by how you react to this. I think that in the past, if something like this may have come up for you, you might have been a little bit like, get away from me, or a little bit defensive, or maybe even fall into old, oh my God, they're coming back, like codependent behaviors, right? But this time around, it feels like you feel so good in your own energy, which if you are kind of coupled up, might be one of the reasons why, is because you've learned kind of independence and how to love on yourself and how to take care of yourself, which has brought in a relationship that is interdependent as opposed to codependent and constricting. It's more expansive, right? The energy of love in and of itself is supposed to be expansive, right? It's supposed to grow you. It's not supposed to make you feel like you're in shackles. And like I said, even if you're single, just sitting in that energy of like just being happy and contented in your own energy and like loving yourself and taking care of yourself, it naturally like attracts other people and other situations, opportunities that can also kind of mirror and reflect back your own feeling of like worthiness, which is so beautiful. So I think perhaps some of these things might be coming around because you're in such a strong place, and in the past when you might have like dipped back into them or completely like shut them out, it feels like you're like open to have a conversation, almost as though you have ascended enough that you're able to look at other people and be like, you know what, like they need to apologize, not for me, but because like it's something they need to do for themselves, right? Not because necessarily, because forgiveness is always for ourselves. It really is what it is. It's like when you forgive someone else when they do something like to you, right? It doesn't really like necessarily like help them, but it helps you like release. It's the same kind of thing that there might be people coming in because they really need like a release. They just need to like get it off their chest, right? Which is a good thing. It doesn't mean you have to accept them back in your life, but it's a good thing that they're trying to ascend to that point where they can acknowledge and take responsibility for themselves and want to just be like civil with everyone, you know. And we have this accept love card, which is so beautiful. Look at this. I don't know how well you can see. It's real sunny, which is nice, but it's like, see, it's like you're just like doing your thing. You're just like cooking up love, like towards your friends, towards your family, even toward the past, like just forgiving, just like letting stuff go, just like creating new. It's like alchemical. It's alchemical. It's absolutely gorgeous. And then you have this little cat down here. Cats always represent our intuition, and he's like fiddling around in this little box of chocolates, right? And chocolates are kind of supposed to be like an aphrodisiac, and chocolates are also something that's like really comforting, and it's that kind of energy too that like intuitively like you're learning to sense and assess like what you need and when you need it. Like again, single or coupled, like whether it's like you need time with your friends, or if you need like time by yourself, or if you need that little like self-care time, or you need to go, you know, for a run and blow up some steam, or it's like learning like how to comfort yourself, being able to sense it, and also not put that on other people. Like you've outgrown that phase in your life where you needed other people to make you happy, or other people to sense what you were feeling. You can speak up for yourself now and be like, I feel like this, I need this, I'm going to take this for myself. It's like a little bit more like that. I love it. I love it. I love it. We're just cozy. We're just cozy right now, Aries. I feel like the readings for me, it's so much more energetic than it is cards right now. So I'm just going with it. I'm just going with it. Beautiful. The Observer. Absolutely beautiful. Card number, I know, it's so bright. It's so bright, Aries. Card number 55. 5 is a number of change. And change can sometimes be like, it can feel like a little bit of like that conflict, right? It can be a little uncomfortable sometimes, especially to observe, kind of to like sit back. Like I said, if there are people that are coming up to you in the next like couple weeks, just really wanting to like make amends with you, just to karmically clear out their own slate, because it's like, it feels like it's like weighing on them. Like I even feel like it's almost like them trying to like work up the nerve just to come and be like, I'm sorry. It's a little bit like that. This is you learning to like, again, kind of like sit back and observe the situation. Just like hear someone else out while still maintaining like your own boundaries as well. And I also think that this is you observing yourself, almost like a little bit of an out-of-body experience about how you accept love into your life, like what your standards, what your boundaries are in a healthy way, right? Boundaries, not like walls and barriers, and really kind of giving yourself a little bit of credit as well for like how far you've come and how much you've grown in even just the last year, right? Like, you know, a year feels like it's forever sometimes, especially this past one. But I mean, years go by so quickly, you know, that it's like you've really come like leaps and bounds in just a matter of a year. And it's so funny because at the top of this card, there's almost like these little, can you see? Do you see them? They're almost like, oh, like a dandelion when you blow a dandelion and all the little things blow off. It's almost like that too. It's like seeing how far that you've come. You really are like, it's like wishful thinking. It's like a wishful thinking energy. Yeah, you can see it a little bit better. It's like a wishful thinking energy, like moving into the future. It really is like so beautiful. Ow, I feel like I like burned myself. I don't know. It seems like I should mention it at 108 when I said it, but I feel like I like burned something, like burned my ring finger. And that's normally like the finger that you put a ring on, right? Like your commitment. That again, I think there's some people that feel like, and you know, honestly, you could flip it, Aries. You could feel like you burned someone, you know, without maybe meaning to, or someone kind of burned you. But it doesn't feel like you're mad about it anymore. It almost feels like if someone comes to talk to you, Aries, you're almost like, thank you. And you know, that came up in your shufflemancy, was that Thank You Next song by Ariana Grande. You know, it's like, I'm so grateful for my ex. Like, thank you, like, next. It's a little bit like that. It's like realizing from a much more mature mindset that everyone you've encountered, everything you've been through, it's really like helped form you. It's really helped form you. Oh, this card wants to come out. Beautiful, beautiful. Queen Bee. Queen Bee. Again, this is, it's so bright. I need help. Help. Is that better? Yeah, that's better. This is you like ascending in your sweetness, right? Like becoming like a good role model for, I'm hearing like good behavior too, like for good behavior. Like not, I feel like you're not snapping at people. There's like this energy of like maybe you used to snap at people, or maybe you're like not gossiping so much. There is like a real maturity energy. And I think it's because like you really learned to love yourself, or you've really invested in yourself and your growth, and you're seeing that reflected in your experiences and your abundance and in your personal relationships, that it's almost like, what do I have to complain about? Like, come apologize to me if you want to apologize to me. Like, it's fine. Like, it's fine. Because you have this change of seasons card coming out next for you, right? And this is like the winter of the old season kind of casting away, and like all of these new beautiful leaves and fruits coming in, and right? And it's like, you're not, hello? It's like, here we go. It's like, you're not like closed off. You're not guarding yourself. You're not defensive. You're not defensive. Home in the sky. Beautiful. Another 5. 41 breaks down to 5. This is about you feeling home and comfortable in yourself, no matter where you are, no matter whether you're single, no matter whether you're coupled, no matter whether you're observing the past, or if you're kind of looking forward to the future, right? It's like wanting to like sit in my chair and like be really cozy, just like feeling at home with yourself. And there are all of these like birds in this card too, which is almost like feeling really connected to your angels and to God and like to your guidance. Like this is like trusting your intuition, learning how to trust your intuition, that when you get that gut feeling, like, no, that's not for me. I don't agree with that. Like, no, I don't want to, that's not the kind of love that I want to accept. No, that's not the kind of way that I want to act. It's just like that. If you're just trusting it, you're not like second guessing everything so much anymore. It's like really, it does feel like authority and like sovereignty, but not in like the, I'm sovereign being. It's just like, no, like I'm good. Like I'm good with myself right now. Like I'm okay. Like I'm okay. Like don't, you know, I forgive you. Don't worry about it. Like I'm okay. Like, you know, it's cool. I'm doing really good now. Like, I'm doing way better than even I thought I was going to be doing. It's that kind of energy. It's like, you don't feel like you're stressing the timing of anything right now. It's like, you're not like watching the clock. It's like, maybe if you are in a relationship, Aries, and in the past, you used to be like, we've been together 3 months. So, you know, and now we've been together for like a year. So when are we gonna, you know, it's like those relationship like milestones, right? It's like, okay, well, when are we going to introduce when are we going to start calling each other boyfriend and girlfriend? And like, when are we going to move in together? And then like, we've been together X, Y, and Z. So does that mean that should I be expecting a ring? When do I meet his parents? When do I meet her friends? Like, it's like, you're not even doing that. You're not even just like watching the clock. You're just like letting things unfold organically, right? It's like change of seasons. Like, you can't force summer to come. Like, you could go outside in your hot pants and your board shorts, but if it's 40 degrees outside, it's 40 degrees outside. Like, you have to wait for the seasons to actually change. There's that transition period, and it's about being really like graceful with yourself and loving to yourself in those transition periods as well. Yeah. They're reminding me of this song that they were, oh, so fun. Oh, so fun. They were reminding me of this song that came into my head before. And it's that song, Fly Me to the Moon. Fly me to the moon and let me sail above the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. Which is fascinating because Jupiter, we have all this beautiful Jupiter energy right now. Jupiter's superseding Saturn. And Jupiter is like a gifting, like a really joyful, gifting, fun, excited energy. And Mars, your home, you're an Aries, your home planet is Mars, right? So it's almost like, let me see what it feels like. I love that. It's like, let me see what it feels like to feel like happy and joyful and blessed in like my own like natural state. I love that so much. And then here, now you have earth magic and joy and delight. Delight. chocolate delights. Ah, I love this. You know, maybe you've really learned, again, how to like, we're in Capricorn season, so you've learned to like maybe like ground your energy a little bit more. But again, it's like this self-soothing. It's like learning how to like comfort yourself in like healthy ways. That's what it feels like. Maybe you have crystals now. A year and a half ago, you never would have had a crystal. Maybe you learned how to like clear out your energy space. Maybe you're smudging, right? Maybe you're taking salt baths. Maybe you're praying more. Maybe you are exploring different aspects of your spirituality. It's like fulfilling yourself in all of these other areas that is making you feel strong and, like I said, content and home and happy and just like blessed no matter what's going on around you, which I think is really enhancing the relationships that you do have, which I think is energetically, maybe unknowingly to you, kind of calling in older energies that want to kind of clear the karmic board, because it feels as though it's like a safe place for them to come back and make amends, because you're not going to be in the energy where you want to accuse or fight or attack. Like, you'll sit there and you'll observe and you'll, you know, from this queen bee, from like a very kind of like regal energy, you see my nose, from like a very regal, like gracious energy, like, yeah, I get it, we all make mistakes, like things happen, like, you know, you live and you learn and it's all gonna be okay. Like, I've learned how to ground myself now, right? It's like, I know how to go and just take a bath if I need to, or I know I'll go to a kickboxing class if I need to blow up some steam, or I know if I need to take some time for myself, or I know if I've been by myself for too long and I need to go hang out with my friends, right? It's and see how it's night and there's like this beautiful moon and all this. It's, you know, the moon also represents things that are hidden from us as well. It's like not looking at the clock so much, allowing things to just naturally, the transition times, just unfold as they're meant to, like, you know, daily bread. Like, I'll be given the information that I needed as I need it. I don't have to, like, my intuition, it's on, right? If I can't see it, if I can't sense it, if I don't know it, well, because it's not for me to know yet. They'll tell me. It's really, really beautiful. And it's like it's like a magician energy in here too, realizing that when you're kind of like in control of your emotions, right, that like emperor energy, you feel more capable. And then you have the ability to like alchemize, manifest, make that magic happen for yourself better, quicker, faster, because it's like you're in alignment. You're in alignment with the assignment. And it's like now this little kitty's playing with like these little crystals down here too, and they're glowing green, which is the color of your heart chakra, right? It's like this beautiful, loving, amorous, it's like peace be unto you sort of energy. And I think in that, and it's like a not keeping score, and like not keeping score anymore, Aries, you get to fall into this like joy and delight, right? It's like this head, it's like head over heels. It's like head over heels. It's so sweet. And it's like, look, you have this picnic basket, and what is that bear? It's a picnic basket. Somebody knows what I'm talking about. It's not Smokey the Bear. It's a different bear. It's a picnic basket. Somebody knows. I don't know why, but maybe that's like a confirmation for you if you like watch that show or something. That's really funny. But it's so funny because look, there's this dog back here, and then there are these cats, and it's like cats and dogs. And again, it's like being able to not even be like affected anymore by like other people's like pettiness. I did mention that, but in the past, maybe you were like feeling like maybe you like were gossiping a little bit, or like doing some of that like 3D social distortion sort of thing, and it's just like, well, other people are kind of like running around doing that. It's like you're just like having a good time. You're just doing like wheelies in the parking lot. You're just like, I got my snacks, I got my wine, I'm outside, like I'm just doing my thing. Like, again, it's like open, expressive. It's like just having fun with it. It's like learning how to play. It's like learning how to play again in like a healthy environment, because again, home in the sky, it's like home is where the heart is. And if your heart is in your body and not in so much of the external world, then it cannot be so easily like tampered with and tainted by what other people do, say, and how they act as well. Beautiful affirmation for positive change. Beautiful. It's like going on an adventure. It's almost like kind of like a little bit of like a six of swords cards as well. You know, it's like going out into like smoother waters. There's a mermaid in here. Again, it's like a little bit of what I said before. It's like being able to like get this guidance, get these messages. It's like being able to see magic. Again, realizing that like you're magic, and like when you're in like a happy, loving, contented place in yourself, it's almost like you're able to see more love in your, you know, as within, so without. You're able to see more love in your external environment, in your relationships, that quicker of the alchemization of the things that you want to like be manifested, that they happen so much quicker for you when you're not like at war with yourself, right? You know, Mars is also like a warrior energy, when instead you like let Jupiter come in with like the fun and the gifting and like all of like that good, right? It's like smooth R&B. That's what you feel like. You just feel like smooth R&B. You just want to like go like this, just like a little bit. It's just like so unbothered. It's just like so unbothered. I love it. I love it. Beautiful. The Gardener, 27, that breaks down to a 9. 9 for me is a number of personal completion. 10 is a number of like cyclical, like a cycle completion, a seasonal completion. 9 is an individual completion, because you have to complete the work within yourself before you can see it externally. And again, your actual whole entire dress is a house. Do you see that? Again, it's like home in the sky, feeling at home with yourself. And from that, there's other things that grow, right? It's so beautiful. What is this? What happened here? Oh, look at this little card that snuck out. It flipped. I didn't even see it. There's the cyclical, the personal completion, number 9. 37 breaks down to a 10. The cycle completion. No rain today. Oh, can we get a little focus? Because that looks terrifying. It's like, that looks super terrifying. There we go. No rain today. Look, and there you go. It's like by making friends with the moon, right? It's like the man in the moon. Fly me to the moon. Like, not watching the clock, not stressing out during these transition periods, just loving yourself enough to let you go through whatever it is you need to grow through. Learning how to take care of yourself, seeing that reflected in your relationships and your ability to attract to you like a magnet, the types of relationships, the kind of love, the kind of community, the kind of abundance, opportunities that you want. It's like the moon becomes the sun, and then it radiates off of you, right? No rain today, you know. And then the funny thing is that there are these little droplets, and I love that she's dressed. Hello, focus. There we go. She's dressed, she's like a little ballerina. She has these ballet shoes, which talks about gracefulness, that you've handled yourself with a lot more grace than perhaps you've given yourself credit for. Maybe you are realizing it with this Observer card, but there actually is like a little bit of rain coming, but it's coming off of your dress. But it's almost like little dewdrops. It's almost like, it's like that overflow. It's like that overflowing energy as well. Realizing that, oh, beautiful, that's what it is. That any tears, because if you actually do look closely, there's actually one little tear coming out of your eye. That any tears, like any hardships that you did face in this last season, the hard goodbyes, the hard acknowledgements, the difficult like growing and life lessons, growing pains, right? It's not always easy. So often it's growing pains, that by doing that, what you've actually done was you got to water the grounds, the foundations of a new season for yourself, right? That's what you did. That's why it's sunny for you now, because you already went through your rainy phase. And those tears, that emotion that you expressed out, which probably had a lot to do with purging for you as well, got to water the new soil for this new season that you're in. And now things are growing. The seasons are changing. You have positive change, and getting all of that stuff off of your back. I think that might be why if anyone comes to you to kind of make amends, just to clear the slate, I think that's probably why you're very like easygoing and accepting and forgiving about it, because I feel like you actually just did the same thing, but just like a little bit beforehand and maybe a little bit more privately. But that's why you can accept and also give love, and having all of that stuff off of your back allows you to have so much more joy and like freedom and play and fun and gifts and abundance, right? And I think that because it feels so good for you, you want other people to be able to experience it. Maybe not necessarily like with you by being back in your life, but you want them to have that freedom too, because you feel so good. And so you just kind of want like other people to experience that. And that's why you're having that energy of like kind of forgive and forget. Forgive and forget. You're just like a smooth R&B song right now, Aries. I like really love it. It's like really cozy and beautiful. So Thank you, Aries. This is your reading. I really hope that you enjoyed it. I want to thank J Bane Art for the thumbnail, all the beautiful artwork for the videos this week. He's a very, very talented UK-based artist. He's a very sweet person. He's very, very talented. So I'm going to link all of his information as the top comment on this video. I'm going to take this over to the Patreon and do your extended reading to see what else I can pull out for you. So if you're interested in that, I will see you over in the Patreon. If not, the rest of my information's in the description box. So all the decks that I use in case you want to get them, my email for personals or for chit chats, my social media links, and the Patreon for the monthly readings and the extendeds. Everything's in there. So thank you so much for being with me, Aries. I can't wait to see what 2021 has in store for you. And as always, stay prayed up, stay blessed, stay sweet. I'll see you soon.